Okay, guys. Now we will present you about communication in organization. Okay. Here I am Andres Antono and my friend is Asila Rahil Azara. Okay. Move the first material is important of communication in organization. This is why communication is important on organization is because this is the foundation of organizational success. Yeah, because if you like misunderstand with the others, there's maybe prevent the organizer to be success and facilitating collaboration, enhancing efficiency. And we will move on the communication as a management tool. So this is where the communication is used is from the decision making framework is like you discussing with other building relationship is when you meet someone and then you communicating, that's where the building relationship communication is building relationship. That's the management tool. And driving change is when you giving your maybe your teammate work or your friend work, when you giving him a task, when you not when you cannot be able to like clearly to give a task, that's where the driving change is crucial. Not crucial, it's because uh, if you wrong like not clearly to saying something that may can be change your task or your giving task. Okay, next we move on the better effective communication. This where to achieve effective communication, maybe you have a barrier, and then the third three of this is three of barriers to achieve effective communication. The first is cultural difference. The example is if you are if you are discuss and then you are a person and you are a person that when you are discussing something you use a spoke like no like soft language, and then you're not shouting or you're not really maybe I think a strong voice, and then that's different with your other teammate when your teammate is using like not soft but really loud sound, and then uh, it it may be a strong sound. That's where the cultural difference is because your talks is maybe like why this person is angry, but that's just a cultural difference, that a barrier. So that is the barrier. The second is technological challenge. There is you cannot trust like the technology 100%. It's because there's a internet issue or your like your device is maybe not compatible, but or like not effective to achieving the communication effective is maybe like you cannot maybe your camera is broken or your mic is broken. That is where technological is making a barrier and overcoming information overload. This is if you have too many information that coming on you and you cannot filtering that all, and then uh, that is the beginning when you have a barrier. Is because if you have too many information and you cannot filtering, you cannot like guessing like is it really true information or if it's hoax or no. That's why overcoming too many overcoming information is really a barrier to effective communication. Okay, next the key element of organizational communication. There are three type. The first, I mean three element. First is definition of organizational communication. Organizational communication refers to the way information is shared and exchanged within an organization. It encompasses the various channels, process, and participants involved in the dissemination of information. So, you have to ensuring all member is aligned with the organization goal and objective. That is definition of organizational communication. And the second is importance of effective communication. This what make the communication is important is because uh, in organization you have like foster collaboration, enhance productivity, and prevent misunderstanding. When you really mastering the communication, this that can be foster your collaboration and enhancing productivity and prevent misunderstanding. That is the important. Then the third is component of the communication process. This is where like the process uh, when you want to send a message to someone and you typing it, and the what app you use, like what, and then what the medium, like it is smartphone or laptop, and then the who you send for, and then what they are replying. That is the communication process. Okay, we have a three type of communication in organization. Uh, so the first is verbal communication. If I'm talking with someone, that is verbal communication, is spoken or written words to convey message. The second is non-verbal communication. If you're using your hand, or your body, that is non-verbal communication, because non-verbal communication is include body language, like your expression or your hand, or your yeah, just use your body language. If you if you wanted to say no, you just like If you want yes, yes. And if you disagree or really thinking hard, maybe you like pausing like this. That's a non-verbal communication, because uh, you not use your like spoken or written words, but you just your body language. And the third is digital communication. This include emails or Gmails. Instant messaging is like WhatsApp or Instagram, and video conferencing, like you cannot, you cannot, you can maybe like WhatsApp video call, and Zoom or Gmeet. That is video conferencing. Okay, for this material that will be conducted by my friend. Okay, thank you guys.
Okay, guys, the next presentation, the topic is barrier to effective communication. Here I include several examples of barriers to communication. The number one is lack of clarity. So lack of clarity refers to ambiguous, under-detailed, or poorly structured message that can cause confusion and misinterpretation. Jadi hambatan pertama adalah kurangnya kejelasan dalam komunikasi, seperti pesan yang ambigu, terus instruksi yang membingungkan, dan informasi yang berlebihan. Terus di sini ada contohnya ketika atasan memberi tugas dengan instruksi yang tidak jelas atau tidak bisa dipahami oleh seorang bawahan, kayak misalnya tolong selesaikan tugas ini segera, tapi si atasan ini tidak memberikan deadline yang jelas. Nah, itu termasuk pesan yang ambigu, atau bisa disebut refers to ambiguous clarity. The next is cultural difference. Cultural difference is another key barrier to effective communication. Cultural difference are the variation is belief, behaviors, values, custom, and ways of life between different groups of people. The next is technological challenge. Cultural difference are the variation in beliefs, behaviors, values, custom, and way of life between different groups of people. Technological challenge can also pose barriers to effective communication. Jadi Yang terakhir ini itu adalah tentang tantangan pada teknologi. Jadi misalnya kayak masalah konektivitas, terus gangguan teknis dan kesulitan untuk menggunakan platform digital. Nah, contohnya ini kayak misalnya saat meeting online terganggu karena koneksi internet yang tidak stabil. Jadi karena tadi saya sudah menjelaskan hambatan-hambatan dalam berkomunikasi, sekarang saya akan menjelaskan tentang cara mengatasi hambatan komunikasi atau mitigating communication barriers dalam konteks presentasi. Jadi yang pertama, mengatasi hambatan komunikasi dalam presentasi yang pertama adalah encourage open dialogue. The goal is to create a presentation environment that is conducive for all participants to express ideas and provide feedback openly. Jadi contoh penerapannya ini saat presentasi di kantor. Nah, pimpinan ini membuka sesi tanya jawab yang mendorong semua karyawan untuk aktif dalam berpartisipasi. Nah, hal ini akan membangun kepercayaan dan memastikan informasi yang tersampaikan ini dengan jelas. Kemudian ada development and training. Organization need to invest to improving present communication skill through training. Jadi contoh penerapannya ini kayak tim penjualan mengikuti pelatihan presentasi yang efektif agar dapat menyampaikan fitur produk dengan lebih meyakinkan kepada pelanggan. Kemudian yang terakhir ada clear communication channel. Jadi ini tuh presenter must cause the right communication, media, and design a transparent presentation flow. Jadi contoh penerapannya itu kayak saat presentasi proposal ke klien, presenter ini menggunakan slide presentasi yang terstruktur dengan baik dan didukung oleh video conference agar informasi ini dapat tersampaikan secara lengkap dan akurat. Kemudian di sini saya akan mengasih kunci-kunci strategi yang dapat digunakan dalam berkomunikasi. Jadi yang pertama itu ada transparansi total. Nah, di sini itu berarti presentasi ini harus terbuka dan jujur dalam menyampaikan sebuah informasi. Nah, yang kemudian ada mendengarkan dengan sepenuh hati. Jadi presenter ini aktif mendengarkan umpan balik peserta presentasi, kemudian menghargai setiap perspektif. Jadi itu misalnya kayak contohnya presenter ini menerima masukan dari peserta dengan pikiran yang terbuka gitu. Terus habis itu ada terus-menerus melakukan perbaikan. Jadi presenter ini selalu mencari cara untuk meningkatkan kualitas presenter ke depannya gitu. Jadi lebih baik dari sebelum-sebelumnya. Nah, dengan menerapkan strategi tersebut, presenter dapat merancang presentasi yang efektif di mana komunikasi ini terjalin dengan baik dan semua peserta merasa dilibatkan. Okay, the next topic is about impact of barriers to organization performance. Nah, the first is productivity decrease. So the communication barriers can lead to misunderstandings and mistake within the team. Jadi yang pertama itu ada produktivitas yang menurun. Jadi hambatan komunikasi ini dapat menyebabkan kesalahpahaman dan kesalahan dalam tim. Contohnya saat kita sedang mengerjakan proyek bersama rekan kerja, tapi terjadi miskomunikasi mengenai pembagian tugas. Nah, hal ini tuh dapat menyebabkan pekerjaan terlambat atau bahkan tidak terselesaikan tepat waktu. Yang kedua ada semangat karyawan yang menurun. Jadi jika komunikasi ini tidak efektif, karyawan ini dapat merasa tidak didengar atau dipahami, dan ini tuh dapat menurunkan motivasi dan semangat mereka dalam bekerja. Contohnya saat atasan tidak memberikan umpan balik yang jelas mengenai kinerja karyawan ini bisa merasa tidak dihargai dan akhirnya sulit mempertahankan antusiasme mereka. Kemudian yang terakhir ada pengembangan keputusan yang terganggu. Jadi komunikasi yang tidak lancar dapat menghambat aliran informasi yang penting sehingga keputusan yang diambil tidak didasarkan pada data yang lengkap. Jadi misalnya saat rapat tim terjadi suatu perbedaan pemahaman mengenai target perusahaan, maka keputusan yang diambil bisa kurang tepat dan tidak sinkron dengan tujuan organisasi. Oleh karena itu, sangat penting bagi organisasi untuk memastikan komunikasi internal yang efektif. Nah, hal ini tuh dapat dilakukan melalui pelatihan, pembukaan saluran komunikasi yang jelas, serta membangun budaya saling menghargai dan terbuka dalam bertukar ide. Sekian, terima kasih.